Hey everybody, welcome to day one of our January Yoga Challenge. Today and every day this week, the practice is only 15 minutes. It's accessible, right? I know you can find 15 minutes in your day to join me for some yoga. So what do you say? Let's get started. We're going to get started today in child's pose. And if you have a yoga mat, you can come on your mat and set up your child's pose. If you don't have a yoga mat, don't worry. You can still practice with me without a mat. For child's pose, you can take your knees wide. If you're on a mat, outer edges of your mat. Maybe let your big toes touch behind you or come close together. Extend your arms forward and let your head come to land. If not on your mat, then maybe on a block, or if you need a little more room, put your head on your hands. Now your hips may sink down towards your heels, or they may be higher up. This is your practice. And you're exploring. You're exploring the practice. You're exploring your body. So there's no right or wrong. It's really letting this pose, this whole practice work for you. So as you come into your variation of child's pose, coming into your body, start to feel your breath. Let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. A big inhale and a big exhale. Right, now you don't need to push or force your breath. But I find that as soon as I bring my attention to my breath, then there is space for the inhales to get a little longer and deeper and fuller, and the exhales more complete. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Really feeling here your breath in your body. Allowing yourself to slow down a little bit. Right, that can be really challenging. And you can notice, because we've been here for a little while, you can notice if your thinking mind starts to fire up, if you start to get a little fidgety, distracted. Right? That's okay. All that is part of the practice. When you notice that, again, come back to your breath. Take another deep breath in here. And a long breath out. From here, walk your hands over to your right, either a little or a lot. You might pick your head up, move your head over to the right, and then bring it back down again. As you take your hands to your right, still keep your hips more centered. So you might notice now as you're breathing a little more sensation in your left side body, around your rib cage, your intercostal muscles. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And you might notice sensation around your rib cage, but you also might notice sensation in other places in your body. Your body, your practice. Noticing if you can stay with your breath as you encounter sensation. If it gets overwhelming, you just ease off a little bit. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And walk your hands back through center and over to your left. And again, you might move your head, adjust your hips a little bit. Feel lengthening through your right side body. Let your breath lengthen and deepen here. A big breath in. And a long breath out. As your breath lengthens and deepens, you might find that the amount of time you can stay here will lengthen. And not just here in this pose, but here, present in your body. taking one breath at a time. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in, fill up. And breathe out, empty out. Once more here, a big inhale. And a big exhale. And walk your hands back to center. And from here, come on up to your hands and knees, your tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You can always put an extra layer under your knees by folding your mat or by putting a blanket or a towel under your knees. And you can spread your fingers wide, but if this doesn't work for your wrists, you can make fists with your hands. And we'll move through a couple of cat-cows here. On your inhale, lifting your gaze, your chest, and your tailbone. And as you exhale, round your spine. You can tuck your chin into your chest, really lift out of your shoulders. A big breath in, letting your belly drop, bringing your gaze up, chest forward, tailbone up. And as you exhale, round your spine. Lift out of your shoulders. Move through a couple of these in your own time. Just feeling the movement in your spine, letting your breath initiate the movement, equally feeling that you are grounded here and supported. We're moving through this practice, this whole experience together, so we're supporting each other. Once more, let's take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine. Walk your hands a little more forward, fingers spread wide. Tuck your toes under and come on up into your downward facing dog. So we're just going to take a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide. You're going for an upside down letter V shape with your body. Heels don't have to touch the ground. If there's a lot of resistance in your hamstrings or your low back, you might bend your knees, right? That'll give you a little more lift. And if this just plain doesn't work, bring your knees down. So come into part tabletop, part downward dog. Some people call this puppy dog pose, right? You still get this nice lengthening through your spine and the sides of your body. Right? Let's take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, shift forward to your high push-up and drop your knees. So you'll notice that your high push-up with your knees down is just your tabletop. It's a great variation. Shoulders over wrists, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come back to your downward dog or that puppy dog pose. Inhale, coming forward to your high push-up. You can have your knees lifted or lowered. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Just moving with our breath a bit again. Inhale, forward to your high push-up. Exhale, back to your downward dog or your puppy dog. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, come on back to your child's pose. Take a deep breath in here. Open your mouth, empty it out. Allow some softening. We're working with the balance of strengthening and softening as we move through this practice, as we move through this challenge this month. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then once more, extend your hands forward. Come back to your downward dog. Just for a breath, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of your mat. Set your feet. They can be together apart. And with soft knees, rise to stand. Come all the way up. Reach your hands up. Let your palms come together up overhead. Really feel grounded through your feet. Check in with your foundation here. Soften your toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lean to your right. A little, a lot. You don't have to push or force. Let your left shoulder roll back. You might feel a similar lengthening as in that child's pose variation when we walked our hands to the right. Right, so noticing sensation in your left side body. Noticing sensation anywhere you feel it in your body. Can you meet sensation with breath? Take a big breath in and a long breath out. And inhale, come back to center, straight up. As you exhale, lean to your left, lengthening through your right side body, right shoulder rolls back. Notice if you feel a little off balance, connect evenly to your feet. Both feet flat on your mat. Soften your toes. Allowing yourself to be supported. Allowing yourself to come back into balance. Inhale, come to center, reach up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in here. And a long breath out. And we're already more than halfway through today's practice. But you might set an intention for today's practice, for this month-long challenge. An intention for you that'll help you carry you through the practices. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Let your shoulders soften down. Check in with your feet. You can lift your toes, spread them apart and place them back down. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Connecting into your breath, into your body, connecting into where you are right here, right now. On your inhale, sweep your hands up and reach up. And as you exhale, fold forward. You can soften your knees as you fold, letting your head hang down. Inhaling, coming into your flat back, your halfway lift. We'll take a couple of breaths here. You can have your hands alongside your toes, a bigger little bend in your knees. Your hands might come to your shins, your knees, or even your thighs. Feel for bringing your torso parallel to the ground. Strong through your core, shoulders roll back. Little lift to your chest and your heart. And again, check in with your feet. Feet flat, even. Space between your toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand, lift up, reach up, fold forward, exhale. So just moving through a couple of half sun salutations here. Finding your halfway lift. Inhale, long spine, strong core. Fold forward, exhale. Moving with our breath. Inhaling, fill up, rise up, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Coming into that halfway lift, big breath in, long spine, fold forward, exhale. Once more, inhale, all the way up to stand. Rise up, reach up, lift up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Now from here, bring your hands to your mat and step back to your high push-up with your knees lifted or lowered. Shoulders over wrists, strong core. Take a big breath in. From here, simply press back to your child's pose. Take a full inhale. And a long exhale. A deep breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Coming back up to your tabletop, your hands and knees. Set your foundation here. Once more, a couple of cat-cows on your inhale. Lift your gaze, your tailbone, your chest. And as you exhale, round your spine. Big breath in. Lift, belly drops. And as you exhale, round. Lift out of the shoulders. Chin tucks into your chest. Inhale, lift, lengthening. Exhale, rounding, expanding across your back. Inhaling, coming back to a neutral spine. And once more, returning back to your child's pose here. Now maybe walk your hands just a little more forward. Feel for lengthening through the sides of your body. Feel your fingers active, spread wide. Soften your shoulders, soften your face. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. So again, this balance of strengthening and softening. Feeling this natural balance built into your breath. On your inhale, awakening your energy, strengthening, and as you exhale, allowing yourself to release anything unnecessary and soften. And you can find this balance here in your child's pose, in your practice. But you can also find it anywhere, anytime in your day, just by returning to your breath for a couple of breaths. Once more, let's take a big breath in and a long breath out. You can take as much time as you like here in your practice in child's pose, but for today, this is the end of our practice. You did it. Day one. You took some time for yourself, right? I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel. Please do join me tomorrow for day two. And in the meantime, keep taking care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you tomorrow.